I've been meaning to make this video since it seems like a lot of people still don't know where to start for the Fate series, so this video is pretty much for all you newbies out there. Now, I'm not really an expert at this topic or anything, but I'm a pretty big Type Moon fan, and specifically of Fate, so I decided to make this video so other people can, get into the franchise. Alright, the Fate series is a franchise made by Type Moon, and it follows various events known as the Holy Grail Wars, which involve, masters, usually magicians, summoning servants that are heroic spirits. They battle each other until the last remaining pair can claim the Holy Grail and get their wish granted. Now, the one that started this all off was Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night is a visual novel that was developed back in 2004 and has three main routes: the Fate route, the Unlimited Blade Works route, and the Heaven's Feel route. Each route has their own story and, their respective heroines as well. Now, Fate Stay Night has many anime adaptations of it already. The Fate route specifically has two adaptations, which are the original 2006 Fate Stay Night, and also the Fate Stay Night TV reproduction recap OVAs from 2010. Unlimited Blade Works has two anime adaptations as well, the first one being a movie from 2010, and the second one being the television series from 2014 to 2015. Now, Heaven's Feel has only one anime adaptation, and that's currently being worked on and is going to be made in 3 parts, with the first part being released sometime this year. That's Fate Stay Night, okay? 3 routes, and there you go, there's their respective adaptations. Now we'll talk about Fate Zero, which is a prequel to Fate Stay Night. Now, Fate Zero was originally a light novel from 2006 and received its anime adaptation in 2011. Alright, so if you're gonna start anywhere with Fate, it's one of these two, because it gives you a general understanding of everything else, and you can kind of jump into all the other ones, with a good mindset. Now, most visual novel elitists will probably tell you to play the original Fate Stay Night visual novel before you start any of the animes, because if you watch Fate Zero first, you're gonna end up spoiling yourself for a couple things that are gonna happen in Fate Stay Night, and those guys make it out to be a pretty big deal. So but most people aren't probably going to play the visual novel because, they don't got the time for that. So my recommendation for you at this point, if you haven't even gotten into the series yet, just start Fate Zero, then watch Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, the television series. All the other old Fate Stay Night adaptations were pretty poor, and I would only recommend you watch them if you're a really diehard fan. So everything else for Fate Stay Night, you can just pretty much cross off, except for Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel that is about to be made. Now, you could also just wait for the Heaven's Feel film trilogy to come out and watch all of that. Then you can watch Zero and then Unlimited Blade Works, if you don't mind the wait, right? Because then you won't have to worry about spoiling yourself if you watch Zero first, so you can just get into Heaven's Feel. Now, Heaven's Feel is hailed as the best route in the entire game, so you'd probably, if you haven't started it, I would recommend actually just waiting for Heaven's Feel to come out. But if you can't make the wait, just watch Zero. At this point, if you haven't gotten into it, I just say fuck it, just go watch Zero. It's great. And in fact, Unlimited Blade Works TV series done by Ufotable, Ufotable did add some anime only original scenes that you probably wouldn't get if you didn't watch Zero first. So at this point, just watch Fate Zero first. It's the prequel anyway, so who gives a fuck? Now, Fate Stay Night also has a sequel visual novel named Fate Hollow Atraxia. Now, this does not have an anime yet, but if it ever does, then you know what this is. Now, these 3, Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, and Fate Hollow Atraxia, are directly related to one another, taking place in the same universe. So every other Fate series I mention next takes place in similar universes that diverge from Fate Stay Night at different points. So they're their own separate thing, okay? So you can pretty much watch all of those in any order you want. Now, the next set of Fates I'm going to start with is Fate Extra. Now, Fate Extra is a JRPG for the PSP, and its anime adaptation is in the works and is set to be released sometime this year under the name Fate Extra Last Encore. Now, Fate Extra also has a sequel game called Fate Extra Triple C, which that doesn't have an anime of, since, Fate Extra is just getting its first anime, this one. So we don't know if this will ever get a sequel, but if it ever does, I would assume, I don't know what they call it, Fate Extra Triple C First Encore? I don't fucking know. Also, a new game that was released in Japan last year was Fate Extella, which also takes place in the Extra universe. And when I say Extra universe, I mean Fate Extra Triple C, and Fate Extella. By the way, I would like to mention this. These 2 characters are not the same person, alright? They're the same class, but they're not the same person, okay? This one on the left is King Arthur, and the one on the right is the 5th Roman Emperor, Nero. Okay? Just pointing that out there. So all of you scrubs who made this mistake, I laugh at you. Now, next I'm going to talk about is Fate Kaleid Prisma Ilia, which is based on a manga series of the same name. Now, this is pretty much a magical girl spin-off of the original Fate Stay Night. So all I really need to say, if you want to watch it, go ahead. It does have some pretty dope scenes. I would recommend reading the manga over the anime, though. But, you know, there's that. Next is Fate/Prototype, which is a reimagining of the original Fate Stay Night. And this has one OVA. Now we're going to be talking about Fate Apocrypha, which is a 5-volume light novel series. It's a parallel world to Fate Stay Night, and its anime adaptation is slated for later this year. Now, I don't want to get into too much about this because I want you to experience this crap yourself, and Apocrypha is fucking amazing. I believe 2 of the novels are translated at the moment, so you guys can go search that up and read them for yourself if you really feel like it. Now, last, I'll talk about Fate Grand Order. Now, Fate Grand Order is a mobile game that was released in July of 2015, and Fate Grand Order is like a combination of all the universes together. So you'll see a lot of servants from various different series here. Its initial 70-minute OVA was released this year, and with more content soon to follow. And I'm not going to bother talking about like Fate/Strange Fake. I don't know too much about Fate/Strange Fake, but there you go. And that's pretty much it. So in general, I'd say start with Fate Zero, then watch Unlimited Belay Works, and then watch whatever comes next in whatever order you feel like, since all of these are their own separate stories, pretty much. And now all of this is just a part of the greater Nasuverse. But I'll get into that later. One day, maybe. By the way, shout out to my boy Kisu, who helped me out over on Patreon. Thanks, man. You are the bomb. By the way, you can check out his channel. Link will be in the description for you if you want to check out his cringy videos. Now, I hope this helped you guys get started into the series, right? So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.